Hello there, everyone. Alright, so I didn't get a video out last week. That was just a little bit of an issue in terms of getting Surge on time, and Esme Cuckoo for what it's worth. So we're going to rectify that. We've got a video today, and yeah, I'm curious how this card's going to play out. Okay, so the card in question is Prodigy. So on reveal, if this is in the back row, copy the text of the card in front of it. 3 cost, 4 power. It is in an interesting spot, power cost-wise. I think you don't really want to try and do anything too complicated like Sarah to try and reduce its cost. And you've really got to think about where or what abilities you would want to copy that could be really effective. So with that in mind, I went to the first thing that came to my mind when I was trying to create a deck. And yeah, it's one you've probably seen a bit recently, but it is an Agent Venom deck. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with the deck build, this is how it goes. We got the HUD in the deck. So on reveal, add a demon to your hand. 1 minus 3 cost, but the demon's 1/6, so it's pretty good power in the end. Then we've got Bass. Set the power of all cards in your hand to 3. Just because that'll annoy me for this video, I'm actually just going to go to base cards for a minute. It's only a minor thing, but I'm sure some of you might prefer it. Then we've got Kitty Pride. When this returns to your hand, +1 power returns at the start of each turn. Where's the base card for this? Wow. Sorry, I've never seen the base card at the bottom of the list before. Oh, you guys can't see it, sorry. Alright, so Nico Manuru. That's why I know what the card's called. After you play your next card, cast a spell, and the spell changes each turn. So, as you can see, we've got after you play your next card, it becomes a demon. After you play your next card, destroy it to draw 2 cards. We've got after you play your next card, move it 1 location to the right. We've got after you play your next card, give it +2 power. After you play your next card, replace that card's location. We've got after you play your next card, add a copy of it to your hand. And finally, after you play your next card, double this card's power. So versatile. Nico, in my opinion, is one of the best 1-drops in the game. Then we've got Havoc. Yeah, Havoc's a bit of an interesting one. End of turn, you lose 1 max energy, and this gains +4 power. And I don't think it will show it on here, but I would like to just check in case. Does it actually break down what that is? Max energy, the amount of energy you refill to at the start of each turn. So essentially, you play this on turn 3, you are stuck at 3 energy every turn for the rest of the game. So you want to make sure that you play Havoc at the right time, otherwise you're not playing a lot of cards. Next, Thena. End of turn, +3 power if you played exactly 2 cards. Pretty nice ability. Thena's been overpowered in the past, but I feel like right now she's in a very nice spot, so she makes a very good card for this deck. Then we've got Surge, last week's card. She's kind of hiding the text a bit. Give the top card of your deck -1 cost and +1 power. After you play it, repeat this ability. She fits into these decks perfectly. Majority of the cards that you go and play will benefit from the -1 cost and the +1 power, so she is just fantastic here. Then we've got Agent Venom. Agent Venom, on reveal, set the power of all cards in your deck to 3. I'm not gonna lie, I still miss him to 4, setting all cards to 4. I know it was a little bit overpowered, but I do miss it. Then we've got Cassandra Nova. On reveal, I've just realized that was the foil one. On reveal, steal 1 power from each card in your opponent's deck. So yeah, that's, again, pretty straightforward. If you've got 7 cards in your opponent's deck, she will gain 7 power. Then we've got Sage. +2 power for each different power among all other cards here. So 7 cards in a lane, she will check the cards, see what the power is. For every different power, she'll gain that 2 power for each. It's a very good one. You do usually try and chain it a little bit, but it can be pretty big on its own. Then we've got the Juggernaut. Move away all enemy cards played here this turn, including unrevealed cards. And then finally, Prodigy. Now, I'll be honest, I'm debating Juggernaut. Actually, you know what? I'm not even debating Juggernaut. I know I've just read his ability, but we're going to remove him from the deck. For the simple reason, at least for me right now, a lot of the meta is Thanos. You know, I feel like I see Thanos a lot. Now, Cosmo is not like the ultimate Thanos counter or anything ridiculously like that's over exaggerating, but he definitely disrupts it a bit. On reveal abilities won't happen here. It's a very hard thing to understate how good it can be against Thanos, because pretty much all the cards have on reveals, not every card, but most of them. And then you do find things like Wiccan in Thanos decks, which you don't really want proccing. And so something like Cosmo, if you time it right, it can be really nice. So we're going to give that a go. Plus, it could be out until we find Silver Surfer and all these kind of things. So yeah, the good boy could come real good. So we're going to give this deck a go. Let's see how it goes, because if I just change the screen a second, you can see that I am rank 86. So I've not got to Infinite yet, and with that in mind, I would like to try and get at least to rank 90 soon, for the 500 gold as much as anything. So let's see if we can do it while I'm recording. So let's get into a few battles and let's see how we get on. First up, PetitePete. Got 2 1 costs in hand, that's nice to make a decision off. We'll do Kitty for now. Alright, Spoil Sport. White Palace, copying either Sage or Prodigy. Misery could be interesting, especially if we play Hood in a lane on its own. With that in mind, let's play Hood. Okay, so Iceman and Cable, this does give off Disrupt vibes. Not so much, or it could be Mell, but it's more about let me just wind you up. Which of course we love in a deck. We love it. Do we want to add a card to our hand? I'll tell you what, we will. We'll do 1, 2, and 3. Because that might be kind of nice for Prodigy to nick. Okay, so this does look like it could be a type of Mell. Ooh. Okay, so Cassa's destroyed, but that's still okay because we did steal 6 power, so it means their cards are going to be a bit weaker. Okay. Agent Venom's next up. I don't really want to play Misery this turn, so what we're going to do is we're going to do Agent Venom. And we will go 1-2. Alright, Green Goblin I was not expecting, so I'm actually inclined here to go Misery right to get rid of it. It feels a weird play, but I actually don't mind it. You know what? I will play it like that as well. That way, Nico's copy ability will also copy the Kitty Pride, which means I could play 2 kitties. Okay, now that's not good. I've just given them a bit of room for Sentry. We can block it, but it's still not ideal. Oh. Yeah, like I said, not ideal. Oh! Okay, I didn't realize it would copy the Misery. Yeah, that's a very wasted Prodigy. Yeah, not gonna lie, that blows a bit. Like, that was like the last thing I wanted to land off Grand Central. That would get up to 7. That'd be 12, but they could play full power and win, so I'm bailing out here. That was just a very bad time to Nihilus. So yeah, I'll give them the dues playing Sentry. It's a bit of a baller move right now, but they got the RNG they need to get in essentially a free Nihilus. You know, I don't know what the hand size was. By looks it got 5 in hand. Am I right? Yeah, 5 in hand. So they got the high roll there. You know, it was 1 in 4 at the time. Yeah, 1 in 4 it'd be, wouldn't it? No. They draw 1, so it becomes 5. So it was 4 after the turn, so it was 1 and 5, yeah. So yeah, that was the role they needed, really, because if they had to play Annihilus, then they might not have been able to do something else. Whereas Annihilus down, I've got the negative power. So yeah, I don't mind sacrificing a cube not to get my backside handed to me, but that wasn't a great start either. Plus, we didn't really play Prodigy. Okay, so we're up against Gulmor. Now, it does occur to me, I didn't actually specify why Prodigy fits for me in this deck. And the short of it really is you've got a lot of abilities that you don't mind being able to trigger twice in certain situations. So, for instance, I'm looking at the deck here. We've got the idea of potentially drawing another demon. That's pretty nice from Pud. We've got being able to have 2 Havocs on the board last turn. You don't really want to do it before then, but last turn it's not too bad. Double Thena is brilliant, double Surge is brilliant, double Cassandra Nova or Sage is brilliant. So, in theory, there are a lot of places where this would really work. But yeah, it didn't land last time. Alright, we're playing against a Destroy deck. That's good information. I don't mind too much if these get destroyed. We don't want it, but I don't mind it. You see, Deadpool's already out, so I don't really feel a need to do much there. What we are going to do, we're going to play Fenris, because if they destroy something big, like a really big Deadpool, I'm saying that we might not gain it. We could pull back a Winter Soldier at 7. I'll have a think on that. Okay, I don't want to play Havoc. Oh, saying that, maybe Havoc is alright now. No, we'll go Cass. Just get some power down. Wolverine. Carnage. Okay.
I definitely need to change my underwear.
Arguably, it would have been better playing Cass to get 6 power and then playing these, but we'll see if that was a misplay down the line. So they've technically destroyed Bucky at this point, so we don't want to draw Bucky from Fenris. So, in the short term, I think what we're going to do, maybe we can afford to go like that and copy Sandra Nova. That would take Prodigy up to 8. I mean, the 3/8 is Gladiator, so that's not bad. That would go up by 8 power eventually, so again, it's not bad. I'm not confident enough to snap on it, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, Death. Okay, that's not bad for a final turn. I'm thinking they haven't destroyed anything, but they will do, most likely. So, we Fenris. Sage, Athena. Oh, they don't. Fair enough. Still 1 power. Oh, 1 power. Oh. All right, that was a good way to get a win. I mean, I'm glad I didn't snap on it because that is not a comfortable winning line. But Sage just did enough. I mean, you look and you think 3-6-1, 5-12-5. If that had been destroyed twice, it would have been a little bit more comfortable. Kind of. I wouldn't actually say comfortable, because when you think if that had gone up to 7, then we would have gone to 15, so it would still be 25-24. So yeah, I'm hoping about that, but we managed to scrape it. All right, let's get into a new one. All right, next up is Hellbilly. All right, that tickled me. I'll hold my hands up. I'm an adult, even if I don't always feel like one. All right, Bask. I'd say there's some good targets here. I mean, 3 or 0 cost. The only thing that's probably more of a benefit is Cassandra Nova and Hoods, but I think we can work around that. All right, Zabu on 1 for them. Does mean they get priority. All right, that is an horrendous location for us. So with that in mind, we are going to play Nico now. And I need something that scales. So we'll see what we draw next. Ooh. Yeah. Just looking at the deck, we've got 1, 1, 2, and 3. I don't like it, but I'm going to play Havoc. You can technically play Havoc on 3 in this deck. It's not the worst thing. What do we pull? Athena. Okay, Athena's actually one I wouldn't mind on the board, so that's actually pretty good. But yeah, I needed a way to get into Crimson Cosmos. That was just an horrendous location for me. Okay, so Hood. I'm not sure what to feel about Hood. I think we do cast. We only get 3 off them, but we'll just work with it. Ajax, okay. Ooh. Okay, so we're struggling over here. I think we just play a Hood there and we do Agent Venom there. I'm a little saying that they would have played Ajax Medal most likely. That's fine. They're just securing that win. That's -3 from Man-Thing, so Agent Venom's 2. Have I miscounted? Oh, he's only -2. Sorry, I thought it was -3. Okay. However we play this. Yeah, this is not nice. Let's check the costs. -1, 3, 0, 0, 6. So I don't play Demon, that's just adding into it. I'm saying this, I think we just do Sage. But even then, I'm not convinced. Yeah. Ooh. Could change the calculations a bit, but... Oh, just a little shy. I mean, I can't complain because that deck is really, I wouldn't say built to counter me, but you add in Crimson Cosmos and we didn't really have many outlines. You know, it's like, if I wasn't recording, I'd probably retreat on that, to be fair. But you're looking, you're thinking, all right, we nearly got there with just Sage. So if I had been able to play Havoc on turn 4, like the Nico spell had been a turn later, I think we would have been all right because we'd have still had 15 power mid, but we would have then been able to chain Sage with, say, Kitty or Demon. We would have had more of an outline, whereas here, not so much. Bit of a bummer, though. All right, we got Asteroid M. All right, this is something that I'm particular about. I don't like playing Bast turn 1 if we've got Agent Venom in hand, so we're going to hold him in. I don't like reducing its power when I don't need to. So we're going to play... Ooh, saying that is actually kind of nice. So we do Athena and then Agent Venom Bast. It does mean we'll draw another card that doesn't have it, but we'll be able to Bast it anyway. Hopefully it's not Prodigy. Alright, they pulled Surge. By the way, I've seen the Surge variant a lot. I really like it. If I was able to spend my resources a bit more freely, I would have got it. Okay, so we'll do 1 and 2. We don't need to change a location. That is kind of annoying, but we can play around it. Alright, so everything is 3. Again, Prodigy at 3 is a bit of a bummer, but not the worst thing. I think we do Nico and Cass. Just give Cass that little bump that she's not getting via... I couldn't think of the word. via her actual steal. I mean, she's already 3, so she gains enough to get to 8, but +2 takes to 10. Alright, Captain Carter. That moves. I'm already feeling like I need to Cosmo left. Let's just play these 2 here. Let's Athena get a little bit bigger. Get more reason to Cosmo. Whatever we draw is going to be a little bit cheaper.
I am Iron Man.
I've also got a mad urge not to play middle right now. Alright, what have you pulled, Surge? Ooh, okay. The full cost hood. Ooh, okay, we got a retreat. I didn't think I was on a winning line there, especially with Iron Man coming down, so... Yeah, yeah, if I had a snapped, I wouldn't have felt like a comfortable snap out of it, but hey, we did alright. I didn't state this with Cosmo as well, but look, I had been playing with the idea of putting Rogue in my deck. Just simply because it's under full power, full cost. But it was also just something that might have a little bit more stock right now with the number of ongoing abilities. Similar for Red Guardian, to be fair. But I thought with Rogue, we can at least try and benefit off them. But I just wasn't convinced on it. I thought, chances are we have Rogue in hand, but no ongoings on board. So I was like, let's not play it and then it's not actually good. Let's just go for cards we know have got benefit. Okay, turn 1. Bast and Agent Venom again. Kitty would be nice. We didn't pull her, so instead we just hold. Okay, we can Surge turn 2. And then turn 3, we're going to Venom Bast. Maybe. Still depends what Surge has just done. Cosmo, okay. I don't feel bad about turning that back into a 3 power card. Yeah, let's just do that. I mean, it's still at base, but it's got 1 reduced cost, so for me that's fine. Magic on 3 is interesting. Nothing crazy, but interesting. I'm going to play Cosmo left. I want to try and get some of these discounts in play. I don't know where they're going to play their card, but I'm like, maybe we get lucky. Got a demon. Where's the good boy done good boy things? I'm not normally an emote snapper, but the fact that I mind read that, I had to do it. That was just brilliant. I got 2 cubes for just picking the right lane for a negative. Ludhael, I am sorry, I'm not normally that aggressive. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Okay, up against Vault Dweller. No turn 1 plays, so we'll just wait for turn 2. Crimson Cosmos again. Man, I'm getting wrecked by this location today. Starbrand Crater. Yeah, as much as I would like to get Athena on the board, I'm thinking let's just get some power on the board first of all. Machine World. Give me all the fun ones today. I genuinely don't know where to play. I'm going to actually play Athena, right? Because I think if they want to play Athena, they've got to start doing 2 cards a turn, which they might not want to do. And likewise, I think I do that as well. I don't think they want to play a Havoc, so we're playing off that a little bit. Also, someone's decided they've got a motor that they want to show outside my window. Okay, they fancy playing Athena. Hulkbuster on Sebastian Shura is not something you see every day, but it's kind of cool to see. interesting we got Athena back as well, because we could potentially do something with it. That hood is absolutely fantastic. Like, honestly, I'm snapping on that because that has just given us a way to carry on playing. And I will play Prodigy there, because that will also prop Prodigy. Okay, I could do with Surge giving me Nico at 0. Sorry, Kitty at 0 cost. Or Nico. Ugh, okay. So that lane's won. I feel pretty comfortable with that. They're going to take their turns late. So I figure we do that. Maybe that's enough. I mean, we're looking at 5, 3, 6, 9. That's all different as it stands. The trouble is Sebastian Shaw, with all these discounts, could get pretty chunky. I also note they didn't play Havoc, that they weren't going to risk that. It's the thing about Havoc. If you're playing Havoc, you've got to know you can afford to play him. I do miss those Havoc negative builds. They were something that came out when he was released, and it was niche, but I did like the notion of it. You know, basically 0-2 essentially, that you can gain full power on the last turn with. It was pretty neat. Nothing spectacular, you know, but for a 2-drop, it was something you could slot in. Alright, Vault Dweller, are you making a move here, or are we just biding our time? I'm guessing they're going to play Brood right. That'd be the best way of gaining power there. But even then, I'm not convinced they can gain enough power. I mean, say the Broods are all 2 still. I don't think there's been... Yeah, there's been no card that would have buffed them. Yeah, they retreat. Victory. Yeah, if the Broods have been higher power, like because of an Okoye or something like that, then yeah, that could have been a bit of a problem. But let's just say they were doing Brood at 2s. They could then have done 2 cards here, which wouldn't have proc Athena, but it would have killed this lane. Or they would have played the 2 cards to trigger the Athena, which might not have been enough to win this lane. Well, it probably would have been enough to win this lane, but maybe not secure that lane. And also, they might not have known that I hadn't got 0 cost here, because they probably have been... You have a rough idea what this deck is. They might have thought, hang on, is he drawn a 0 cost, 1 cost? So I love the mind games there. And also that 1-4 hood really saved me. So a lot of good things about this game. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, next opponent, Zerion. We've got no turn 1 as things stand. Still no turn 1. That is fine. I mean, I put full 1 costs into the deck, but that's fine. Vormir. I guess we go right. I need the sacrificial lamb for Vormir, ideally. Trying to think what would make good bait. Hopefully a Cable isn't stealing whatever that might be. Oh, okay. I didn't know Cable had got an ultimate. We're going to just play Cassandra Nova. We have not got great tempo right now. I feel like a lot of my cards have come out in the wrong order. So I wouldn't be surprised if Cable isn't followed by Gladiator. Oh, Nick Fury, wow. Oh, it's Arisham. That makes a lot more sense. I didn't check deck size, so that's my doing. And wow, I've got a big Casanova for my effort. Okay, I'm fine with this. I am fine with this. A little bit messy, but fine. We get rid of the demon. Well, sorry, we get a demon and get rid of the hood. We protect that lane so that no one can Shang-Chi it. I'm fine. I'm almost tempted. Oh, let's just see what they do in the left lane. Enchantress. Okay, so I feel like that right lane's secured. we can just keep doing what we want to do there. I'm thinking, do we go... Even though Typhoid's not really part of the build, do we go like that? That way we put a really chunky piece left in the middle that they've got to contest. We've got 6 here, and we can push that final turn with... I mean, we wouldn't really need to go Athena again, so we could almost do 1, 2, 3, maybe. I like the look of it. S on. What are you pulling? Okay, that's a little bit closer than I would like, I'll be honest. So, with that in mind, I think we do Havoc just to be safe. You know, if they pull a card, it could be pretty big power, so I'll make sure we get another 4 in. And that is going to do Jackal if I Sage. Ooh. I don't like it. That's a shot of girlies of it. I do not like that. If I play Sage there, that is quite literally +2, isn't it? And then it's -2. So it'd be a 3-0 effectively, so it wouldn't be a great play. That would be a 3... That would mean 12 power mid? Oh. You see, I don't believe I can rely on that. That's full power, it's got bridge. So yeah, I'm going to play Prodigy. And I don't like it. Prodigy's just useless here, but... Oh, we got the retreat. Okay, I'm taking that. I mean, honestly, I didn't feel like I was in a position where I was safe winning that. But they obviously felt they weren't in a position to stick. So, I was going to say, I will take their retreat over mine. 2 cubes. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, next up, we've got Hakku. I don't know why I went a little bit Scottish with that. Just a little bit Scottish. Seriously, I'm never going to get asked to do accents for work. Alright, Kitty Pride. He bounces back. We've got Starbrand Crater. Alright, they've seen something they're confident on. That does give me a vibe it's Berta. That Lizard, maybe? Ravona. Nova Roma's nice. Bass. And Surge. I don't mind basting these cards. And we'll Surge just to give the next one a bump. Okay, I'm wondering if I can read a negative again. Honestly, if I do it 2 times in a row, I'm pulling myself a mind reader. I'm thinking where they would play it. That's the question. Oh, saying that. Oh. I mean, getting rid of Limbo now would be kind of tasty. I almost think we sacrifice the negative a little bit because it'll disrupt their plan. Let's just do that. Feels weird snapping on it, but we'll do it. If it is negative, and they've obviously played Magic, I feel like we're just pulling away their plan a little bit by doing this. Then they've got to try and, well, benefit from the go play Jane and everything. Oh, we got Cass. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, a 3/7 Cass is not to be sniffed at. Okay. I was, just for the record, I was thinking it would go left, so I'm just putting that on the record. This game's got me excited. Do we need Athena to grow? Yes, I think that's a straight answer. But I don't really want to play a 0-2 HUD. I think we do that. We do that and we do that. Okay, they play both of theirs. Ooh, okay, they went very heavy there. I mean, if I could draw Sage now, that'd be kind of cool. Nope, no Sage. We have a priority. I'm trying to think what comes next that they would like to play. Passmaster? We're not winning the middle lane, so I don't see the point in focusing on it. Let's just try and dump as much as we can. I hope I'm right left. 2 cards, hopefully that's good. Hopefully. This is... Oh, cool. I forgot about being cloning VATs. Ah! Oh, that was silly of me. I genuinely forgot about cloning VATs. Oh, I feel like an idiot. I mean, I stopped the cast procking again, but I'd already lost by that point. Oh, that is so annoying. Oh, that was a bad 8 cuber. No other words to describe it. That was bad to stick in for 8. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, next opponent is Shura. Shura. This spell from Nico is double up. Not too fussed about that. And I'd rather save both of these for later play, so we're going to just skip turn 1. Hydro Bulb, I haven't seen that in a bit. Eternity range. But now we're going to just Athena left, because that's a way of scaling power when we can't play into that. The snap's purely to move Bob. I know it's a bit silly. Do you really want to snap to have a rock on their side? But yes.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Okay. I mean, we win that location, so I'm fine with that. Hopefully we can pull Havoc. Oh, turn order. Got chipped. I should have read that, but still, I feel like I've just been robbed. Okay, Athena is a bit of a funny one. We want to try and keep this going in a good way. But equally, I'm also debating, do we just sacrifice this lane a little bit? No, I don't think we do. I think we do 1, 2. Keeps that building. And we have got Surge, Nico... Sorry, so we've got Nico and Sage, sorry, that we can play right. So it's not the worst thing, but I do fear they've got something they could play there. Maybe Stegron? Oh, Prodigy. That's their own. Yeah, it's their own Prodigy. A little bit of a wild, cool play on its own. 1, 2, 3. We're going to just not let Athena build, but I like the idea. Let me order this better. 1, 2, 3. We copy the Sage. Plus, it's probably a little buff for for Kitty. 6 power, not great, but it still has a little buff for Sage. Oh, she goes to 8. That's good.
I am Iron Man.
Okay. Answers on a postcard as to what they're doing here. 56040. That makes sense to go there and there. I don't know what they're actually thinking. Cannonball? Like, Cannonball can move some to the left, fair enough. But that wouldn't win it. Moving Hydra Bob left wouldn't win it. You know, and even then they'd be gambling an 8 cuber on something. That's not a lot.
I am Iron Man.
I mean, that was a lot to stay in for 4 cubes. I mean, I'm grateful because my net cubes must have really plummeted after that negative game. But yeah, I mean, I respect Iron Man as a card. You know, that really can put some power up. But when all you're playing in that lane is Esme Cuckoo, that is a gamble. Because you're not even moving cards around. It's not like you're saying, all right, I'm going to move Hydra Bob, and if it lands in the middle, then I win that. You're essentially... Again, I don't really know where they thought they could win that, why it was worth playing it out. I mean, I'm grateful, thank you, Shura, but I wouldn't I know what they were thinking. Alright, so this is looking to be the final game. We're up against Bo. Is it Bo or BD? Might be BD. Whichever, it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're in the final countdown. Okay, so turn 1 is Moot. Turn 2, I think we play Surge. Ugh. Anyone else ever feel like that when you see a location? You just go, ugh. I mean, okay, if you're playing Afflict, you're like, ooh. But anyone else, it's like... Alright, so I'm not thrilled at Morbius. I think we can afford to do this and this. Bullseye. Root. Okay, that's a little bit interesting. There's a bit of me that wants to play Cosmo somewhere, but I don't know where. Where would a Bullseye player play MODOK? Or one of their key pieces? I think I don't play it now. I just play Sage. Get more power left. I mean, 8 power's decent there. Ooh. Okay, did it, Athena. It's a shame. Ooh, okay. So we haven't got to worry about the 2s at the moment. By the way, Red Guardian in the Bullseye deck, that is teching in it. You know, someone's saying, right, I want some tech in my deck. I'm like, yeah, that feels a bit boring if I'm going to be honest. We've got the priority. I'm thinking we do that, and I would play Bast, but actually saying that, yeah, let's just play Bast, I guess. Not like we can affect our hand in any way, so I might as well just put down full power. It does mean the left's stuck at 20, but hopefully it doesn't matter. Alright, that was a good hit. They're still going to get MODOK off, sadly. That left lane will scale a bit. Something says I just do... Oh, something tells me I won't get a chance to play. What I was going to say is I would be tempted to just play Kitty right, which would take us to 14. And then let's assume that they wanted to try and contest the mid in a way. Then maybe they play MODOK there. because Morbius will probably scale off the 5 cards reasonably well. Bullseye then reducing my side of the board would knock us down a bit as well. But yeah, I think they just figured with Havoc and whatever we played mid, maybe there wouldn't be enough. But I think they still got a chance, potentially, depending on what was in the hand. But with Red Guardian in the deck, it's like, maybe not, because if you're teching in something, you're probably taking something out that's good as well. So yeah, what's the collection level? 21k. It's a bit of a surprise. Okay, so 10 games is my usual preferred amount. I think it's a decent sample size. We're never going to say it's the best. You want way more than 10. But in terms of what I can do just sitting here recording and actually trying to make a very short video for you guys, 10's a decent number. And yeah, I think if you look at a 70% win rate, that's actually pretty damn good. I mean, I'm pleased with that. Especially considering, arguably, Prodigy, when he was announced and we saw what his ability was, it was like, you know, because the positioning effect can be a little bit awkward to work around, but I do feel like he has got potential in this deck. I mean, there are so many cards it can work with to reasonable effect. So I do like it. I'm not saying 70% is an indicator of you must go and play this deck, but I do think there might be something to it. I'm curious if what you guys find if you play this deck, because I'm probably going to give this a go myself for the next couple of days, depending on what I see in terms of like how the meta shapes up. But yeah, I'm very pleased with this. I mean, if I just go here a second and get us back onto like a normal zoom scaling, I don't feel like we did too bad here as well. I mean, that 8 cuber really nobbled the cube rate. We lost 3 games and we'd only lost 3 cubes in that time. But I'd only won 1 4 cuber, which was afterwards. So I was very conservative playing this. Now, if I was just a little bit more aggressive and feeling a little bit more confident, which I also think this does demonstrate I could have afforded to be, maybe, then yeah, I think there is something to it all. I mean, it's a shame you look at that as well. I was bouncing between 86 and 87 the entire time. But yeah, I'm intrigued. I do think this is something that's quite interesting. And we've got one new feature from Untapped that I might as well just have a quick nose at, because I have not looked at it yet. We can have a look at the matchup frequency in terms of how it played out. And yeah, negative, obviously, they've had a bad outcome. We won 1, which was Chef's Kiss, but we lost 1 to 8, so yep. We lost 1 to Mell and 1 to Ajax. But honestly, I don't think that was too bad. I mean, we won 2 against another Prodigy gamer, which I'm surprised they've even got an archetype for it, I'm going to be honest, but Sailor V. We beat Destroy, we beat Surfer, we beat Arisham, and we beat Bullseye. So I do think there were some good outcomes in there, but again, I am very curious as to how it will shape up across the game, you know, in terms of how the player base will react to this card, because again, it's not going to be a put in every deck kind of card, but if you've got a deck that you like, and it's got the capability of being positioned well, Prodigy could be a good fit in it. So, with that in mind, let me know what you're thinking, folks, because, again, this has intrigued me. So, yeah, let me go here a sec. Alright, yep, that's about it for today, though, folks. Let me know what you've been thinking about the card. Also, let me know what you thought about Surge last week and Esme Cuckoo. I didn't really touch on Esme much because I only got the card myself on Monday, so I was very late to the game there. My early interactions there are just that it is good. I mean, I think I saw Regis do a video on Miss Positive. I did like that build the most in terms of playing it as Mr. Negative, but without Negative. I think that was a very good idea. But equally, I had a bad run with it, so I think I like looking at it more than playing it. But I think that could also be said of Esme as well. I think on paper, her ability is quite good, but I found myself pulling cards I didn't want to pull a lot. You know, like I'd be pulling, for instance, a 2 cost that was suddenly a 3 cost, and when you do that, it just feels bad. So yeah, I'm not entirely sold on Esme. It might be that she needs a Mobius in the deck or something to make it feel better. But yeah, some interesting situations, some less so. But yeah, Surge, you saw Surge in this game, or this set of games. I think she's decent. I think she's probably going to be the best card of the month. But yeah, obviously the deck today was about Prodigy, so let me know what you think, folks. until next time, hopefully we'll get the card next week. We're on course for it. I will see you then. Bye for now, everyone.